gentlemen. It's been a long time coming, and of course, everyone had to do like their holiday stuff and get back in school and get back into the swing of things. So, as always, trying to honor my War Fund people and my Patreons. So great people support me thus far. Awesome, crazy, loving people, especially going through the chat way above there. This is for Underskunk's character in our fantasy game, DnD 5e, Homebrew, world of Kamwick, land of Landaga, in the countryside of Thugstad. This world I've created since I was in middle school, along with an old friend of mine who also helped along with too, but they passed away way long back, and I continued that dream on and off. It come to life more, and it's still working, it's still growing. Again, this is homebrew, so not everything will pertain to the normal ways of how the game is played. I like to give my players some kind of background or ways of further developing the characters. To have a lot of fun with it, but also the choices they make, be it harsh or righteous, there's always a price in some way or form, but also some severities as well. But again, putting more goals and ways to fuel the character. And so this will be an introduction for Torrin Kimbatuul. He is a dragonborn vengeance paladin. But the prologue here and in the introduction will be whom and what he was before he became this said vengeance paladin. But not only that, he also swore himself to Noradin, god of the Clythans, known for justice, glory, honor, vengeance, and especially with war. And furthermore, he's also a sage himself who seeks to study the stars and the abnormalities and unknown ways of magic and the arcane. So, this will detail of who he was before who he came to now. Those in his group and through this community. A long ages pass. The Sea and Malark Kimbatuul, one a rogue by trade, and another just a normal maiden, working through the toils of laundry and cooking food. Malark, on the other hand, was more of a rogue assassin. Both conceived a child, which later they came to name Torrin. Of course, his younger brother, who he has not seen for a long time, Lordic. And this is way down the road. Both sides of the party are red dragonborn. In Farson, dragonborn are found quite commonly, especially with the noble class. But not only that, the humans as well. They tend to use said dragonborn, or some dragonborn use said humans. It's a back and forth of a racial friction of prejudice. Malark by trade, known to the public, was just a simpler laborer, usually working the crates and docks and shipments and receiving goods for many of the merchants of the Farson market. You see herself as just a simple servant girl for nobles or others that seek their laundry done and whatnot. Torrin's beginnings were definitely very humble, way back in it. As Torrin grew, so did his younger brother at the time as well. And now we enter to a stage of Torrin, very young, about 8 years old. Younger brother, of course, more along the lines of following after his mother's trails. Torrin, to you always liked to study in the books. And every day you would wake up into the night, looking to the stars, wondering what else is out there. You also became fascinated by magic. And not only that, you also were fascinated by the local guardsmen who like to show their prowess for combat. One day in class, he just decided to just stare out the window, absent-mindedly. Teacher, on the other hand, slams his desk with his hand, calling for your attention. When your classmates from nearby just pokes you on the side, hey, want to pay attention? You want to just keep staring at. You keep staring absent-mindedly, at the same time snoring, and one of your friends beside you, by the name of Alethra, a dragonborn much like you. Of course, you're being taught by, well, not a dragonborn as well, a human, and it doesn't mean like your kind as well. You're really smart. You've already got that feeling from him. Alethra, she grew up with you along with Thordic. After elbowing you a few times, she backs away a bit, and next thing you know it, a flying book, whoop-bam, knocks you on the side. You get knocked over. The instructor, immediately he runs right for you. All the students are afraid at this point, him being the only human. He starts taking his book and starts beating you with it. Want to fight back? Call for help? Say you're sorry. As you're being beaten, and you refuse to stop staring, the instructor keeps yelling, "You damn major dragonborn! You shall be chained and enslaved! You're being chopped up for food! Make yourself useful!" And he kicks and beats you with the book, kicks you on the side. Luther, on the other hand, you had enough. She yells out towards all the classroom members, "We won't take that down. Get him!" So all the students start to jump him and friggin' beat the ever living out. He's trying to force them all back. Of course, all the kids, small as you, and he's throwing them left and right. Of course, there are several numbers. You're staring. You wish to help your classmates. You stand up, having enough of the teacher shit, and you hell beat the living heck out of him. Afterwards, though, the instructor yells out for help several times. A couple other adults come in, make sure dragonborn and humans and some guards, and he split you all off. I'll get put to detention. Alethra, on the other hand, is there with you amongst with the others. Everyone's giggling, but also at the same time they're rubbing their wounds and their bruises. She pats you on the head. "Yeah, I warned you." But at the same time she laughs. "You pulled a pretty good deed." Next day, the night before, again, you stared into the stars, wondering what purpose you may have. Is all your life just to study, obtain some sort of education, enslaved, under constant prejudice? Now, you even had a prejudice from other races too, not just humans, even orcs, well, half orcs. Seems everyone in Farson is just out for each other, be it either of some sort of race or not. But you know that in Farson, that be strong, the most powerful survive and greatly thrive, and the weak and not as powerful or less fortunate, they just suffer continuously. You hear an argument between your mother and father. Thordic is nearby, but he's asleep. Door is cracked open a little bit. You want to listen in? or you want to shut the door? And you're looking out to the night sky. Or eavesdrop. Okay. As you slowly move towards the door, you hear the voice of your father, very rough. Look, this is not what I wanted for everyone and for you. I wanted a better life. Not just for myself. It was for the boys and for you. I had to find ways to make money. Being a laborer is not enough. I will have to go back to my old profession someday. Or maybe hit up some of my old friends that I used to work with. Maybe find some treasure. I'll be gone for a long time. And I don't want you to do anything unnecessary. How about the boys? You can cook and clean. I don't want you to put you in any danger, much less in the hands of a slaver. Your mother, on the hand, is very quiet. She's lightly sobbing at the same time. You can barely make out what she's saying of, but we're already enslaved anyway. I don't want the boys to be enslaved either. I have to send them somewhere. Much less to become lapdogs. It's a godforsaken place. Much less for Shadowtown. Or who else? We don't even know who will take them. Or us. You wish to continue listening? Just to shut the door. You continue. Okay. So Malak, again, he continues to argue with her mother. But then a few odd names kind of pick up. Look, there are many that can help them. Our boys are special. Tordak, he loves magic. Yet Torrin likes to study things that are just way beyond his imagination. He cannot get that here. We have to send him somewhere else. Or at least we all need to leave. I know a few colleagues and a few contacts. An old friend of mine, maybe Duncrown. Remember him? From that company that me and Grugrim used to work for. Grugrim also has a family of his own. Maybe he can get along with his kids, perhaps. I don't know. It's gonna be a long trip. Let's say a response going in a very sad tone. It's very heartbreaking, heart-wrenching for you. But we don't have the funds nor the money. How will we get them there? We don't have much left. At the same time as they're talking, you hear a bit of stirring right behind you, and Thordex is moving through the covers, and he slowly gets up, and he's rubbing his eyes, and he's looking right at you, even through the candlelight. Continue listening. To the door, and to your brother. Okay. Alright, so you shut the door quietly. You put your brother back to bed. You hear footsteps coming towards your way. Wanna pretend like you're sleeping? Like to sit and wait for your parents to intrude upon you. Alright. You hear the footsteps slowly clambering towards you. They're a bit heavy. You recognize these. It's your father. Especially as he opens up, cracks the door, looking in as you're putting your brother back to bed. You can hear the smaller footsteps way behind him going off to a different room. You hear the cutting of a door. Your father steps in, closes the door behind him. He sits on the bed, just pass right next to him for you to sit down. Heard everything, did you? That's a little father-son time. Alright. He turns to look at you. Lily punches your arm. Look, son. I don't know how long I'll be here for a while. But watch out for your brother. Soon. I don't know when. Keep to your studies. I have to send you off somewhere to live for a while. An old friend of mine. He'll definitely help you with your studies, and I know you like books. Studying the stars. He does too. Quite a bit of magic. Help our friends. But I have to go and I do all work that I used to. It's hard to survive as it is. The best for you and your brother. Do you wish to respond? Sit there in silence. I've tried to ask if your mother could come with me, but it'd be putting her in danger as well. I don't want her alone here either. Hopefully I can try to send her with you. Just trying to find what money we can. I'm not sure. She wants to make her own decision as well. Not much I can say for her. But we both want what's best for you. Putting a hand on your shoulder, a comforting gesture, and looking right at you. This old dragonborn, he's been through a lot. Scars, the like chipped off scales of your father's face. He's been through a lot. How do you respond to him? He gives you a small, wry, sad smile, chuckles a little bit. You're too young for work, boy. Not strong enough yet. He lifts your arms up, showing your bicep, which hasn't developed any raw, hard muscle yet. But when you're stronger, bigger, and older, maybe you might be able to tag along with me in other kinds of work as well. I used to journey many places with my old friend. Many places filled with riches, danger, unknown plains. Yet that all changed when all of us, well, we met someone and fell in love. And that was with your mother. Maybe you can continue that journey for me. There was once a time in my life where I found something. Found a old ancient room. You don't know if it's still there. I believe that it may have caved in. Took us way beyond the stars. No books that you like to read that told of ancients way long before our realm once existed along with the gods. Maybe you can continue that journey. Your brother? No idea. I think he may want to be a teacher. At this time, he snickers a little bit, but your little brother at the time just had a very small whine of noise and a thought. What else would you like to say to him? Let's see. And also in the middle of your conversation, by the way, your brother seems to be stirring again. And as you ask him if you will see him again, he gets up, pats your head, proceeds to blow out the candle. I don't know. Go sleep, son. Blows out the candle, closes the door behind him. As you lay in bed, wondering what to do, the only light left is from moonlit, starry sky. You wish to continue staring out until you fall asleep, or just turn in. Stare in the night sky. Eventually your eyes close. Head touches the pillow. Bearing to sleep. Years later, young Torrin's about a teenager now. You excelled greatly highly in your studies, studying many tomes, scriptures. You've been earning some visit tuition and recognition from many high scholars. Under Serehe Nightcourt, a high-known researcher and councilman of Farson's trade, but also academics. They are known to greatly excel, but also abuse their right of taking advantage of certain academic materials, but also, especially with the use of students as well. You are studying under this said person along with many other colleagues. Again, also Alethra is also still with you too, as I took in the same path, wanting to learn more about the star. Though the said academy that involves this instructor, again, the friction, the prejudice, again, that you're reminded of as you grew up, still exists. You and Alethra walk through the hallways, the academies of Farson. You notice a couple of groups of humans, orcs, beating up on a dragonborn. You can't see from this range. Alethra looks at you with worry and looks at the group. Go engage to help them. Or do you walk on? As you run forward, Alethra following right behind you, breaking up the fight. In the middle of the scuffle, you notice that the person who's being beaten on is actually your little brother. And fully enraged by this aspect, you continue to beat the living hell out of them. Even when outnumbered, some even join in, some are crowding around, cheering on for the fight to continue. So, one of these kids, teenagers, a human, spits out blood, very hazed, eyes looking right at you, intent. Feel something just crawling up your spine. He takes out a dagger and goes to lunge at you. In the pit of the scuffle, having him try to get the dagger away from your body and away from anyone else, both trip, and you feel something cold in your hand, grasping the scuffle. Handle of the blade. The youngster, you just feel him go lifeless for a moment, and you look. In your hands, his blood, the dagger, and his life. All the other bystanders look at you in shock. Your little brother at the time sits up and stares at you, beaten and bruised. A lot of the time trying to push people away, is shocked but manages to regain his senses while pushing people away and then trying to shake you. The young human slides off, falls on his back. Huge gaping wound in his stomach. Dagger in your hand. Time seems to slow down for you. Everything is very quiet. At the same time, you feel the reverberation, thunderous feeling of your feet and hands. Immediately, you feel someone wrench the dagger out of your hands, grab you by the scruff of your neck, slam you on the ground. Guards were called. You didn't really know what you just did. But as you slam on the ground, you look into the eyes of the person that fell on the dagger that you had held, lifeless. Do you wish to struggle, or do you wish to stare? As you continue to stare, almost like the space and stars, into his eyes, more darkness hits you as you get knocked out. You wake several hours later. very small, cramped cell. Bread tossed your way wherever I want to eat. Guards keep an eye on you and many other prisoners. Not the only light. Stars outside your window. Very mountainous and snowy, harsh regions of Farson. One of the high keeps of the prison. You wish to keep staring out the window? Sit and wait, nibbling on bread, waiting to see what may happen. You stare on the very snowy, harsh weather, night starry sky. You see different lights twinkle. Purple, red, orange, all different kinds. At the same time, one larger, a dark mass energy. Rekpar, along with these other colors that mix together with melded, scattered. One comes this way to Farson. Right outside its gates. At this time, you hear a couple of doors and locks open. You hear a lot of scuffling of movement. Outside your cell, there's your father. Looking right at you. You're right there, boy. You wish to continue staring on? Talk with your father. You approach him and ask him about the light and how is he related to it. He looks at you and he goes, "What are you talking about, boy? Look, I'm gonna try and get you out of here. Your brother's fine, your mother's on a wreck though. I'm gonna pull a couple of strings. I met a couple of friends. And we managed to get a few things done. I got back home, I did not know what happened. I thought leaving you all alone just for a short while would be okay. So anywho, I'll get you out of here. Me and Gugrim will figure something out. There's word here." He's about to turn to leave. Do you stop him? Stare. Alright. So you go to stop him. He turns and looks back at you. What is it, son? You want to say to him? He looks at you and he goes, lights in the sky. Not sure, but remember, son, those books you read? I think they may be true. Long time ago, these spirits, some of the power embedded in stones. But those very spirits themselves took place somewhere. Apparently, one that you're studying under, well, you just got a hold of one. If you continue your studies, maybe reach a great breakthrough. Might be able to earn some money. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Don't worry, I'll get you out of here. Anything else you want to say to him? He said that your mom was in distress because you're in prison. He's distressed. Yeah, that's about it. The monarch looks on, pats your head one more time as he's talking to a guard. At the same time, as he's delayed, another figure walks in, a very gruff human male. In his hand, you can definitely see that he's wielding a weapon. About two of them. You can see like off the side one sheath, but on the other hand, he has an axe out. Come on, Malak. You have to keep going. I know. I'm just talking with my boy. I have to go, son. He and this figure start making their way out. What is left for you is cold floor and starry night sky. Trying to sleep, or look out towards the window. There's not much you can do with the fit that you have now. As you look out towards the window with your sincere, loving thoughts for your mother, not knowing what the next day will bring, because of murder on your hands, it's hard to say. You can always try and hope for the best. For your brother, who witnessed the whole thing as well. You know what will happen yet. All thing you can do is live on. Few days pass. Weeks. Months. A year. Eating what food you could. Reading what books were allowed to you by some of the guards you managed to develop a bit of a kinship with. A lot of time lost. Yeah, during this time, you remember waking up. You saw one burly man dressed in fine clothing, looking down at you, almost similar to a young child accidentally stabbed. He sneers at you with disdain. They took you as you hear the footsteps walking away. How long after? You hear the keys dangling, opening of your door. One of the guards walks up and goes, "Alright, go on, get up then. Your time's up. Go and bail you out. What's happening here, Torrin? Visit next time. Your family's waiting outside for you." Giving back some of your old things that you had from the academy. Fully ushered out of the prison block. There, waiting for you is Mother, Loosey, and brother Thordic. Thordic at this time seems to have almost grown shoulder to shoulder with you. Like his growth spurred pretty well for him. Both your mother in tears, running and hugging you. You don't see your father though. Too. How do you react? You know, say anything to your brother? Mother? They both respond that they've been doing well and the best they can. Thordic's been keeping up with studies and has been finding more means of work, and managed to help you get free along with your father. So when it came to more about your father, he said in order for the deal to be struck, he had to undertake some errands, some missions, work for some nobles, some favors to get you free. Either continue asking, or head home and recontinue your life as it used to be. So you head back home, resettling back into life in Farson. Hitting up some of your colleagues. Alethra, glad to see you. Continue your small talk. She goes about asking, how was it in the prison? How you holding up? You seem the same as always. Past pretty much a good well of a year. And that Sarah Hay Nightcroft got hold of some sort of magical stone of odd properties. There have been lots of research, lots of experimentations, and apparently it somehow created a vision, a way of seeing into the stars, way beyond the realm. Do you wish to ask Alethra anything at all? You haven't gotten your hands onto it yet. You haven't gone back to the academy. Alethra is just telling you this right now. But if you'd like, you could just until next day until you head back to the academy. The something messed up a little bit. What else? Come on, guys. Guys, apparently it's not working. 1 second. Sorry about that. Let's see. Trying to get it to work. One second, Ernest. Trying to get this to work for you. Apparently, things have gone really buckety with Roll20 and OBS. I think it froze. Don't know if it is. Is everything working for you guys? The sound and everything? Checking report. Okay, okay. Oh wow, you guys in chat are just nuts. Alright, trying to get it to work again. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Okay, yep. Now it should be now. There we go. So, yeah, OBS is giving me these weird readings and errors. Sorry, I messed it up. All right, so let's continue. Sorry about that, guys. All right. You ask her how things have been without you and how her life is going. Okay. So Letha, he crosses her arms, lets you across the way while looking at the side. Well, ever since the day you got captured, your father has been working tirelessly along with a group of people which I've never seen before. Apparently they're old friends of his. Used to be a very big adventuring lot. Well, I caught the name of one man. A human. The Grim, I believe. A weird name for a human. I believe he's probably down south. Not from Farson. All of them are from different places. Other than that, after a couple of days and weeks, your father ended up missing. Even the group themselves have been gone as well. All I heard was that in the Nobles district, there was some sort of fight. I'm not. Apparently, they caught one person. Everyone else got away. I don't know if it was your dad. So that is what you caught on at this moment. But other than that, she continues on. Yeah, your mother has tried different ways. She's been working hard, and see, it's took a toll on her. You age a lot more quicker. Tried to help too to try to see if we could find a way to pay for the fees to, or bribe to get you out of the prison. But after many months and weeks and about a year of toiling, well, one day she told me that she saved up enough, and I swore that we barely even made it halfway to get you out. Alright, apparently she managed to somehow get enough gold to get you out. Thorik's been pretty well in his studies. I've been tutoring him as well. He's been doing pretty good. That is so far what you can glean. Alright. As you're contemplating, and with a very stern look, she looks at you and goes, oh, you gotta also go back to your studies too. Apparently a lot more, well, apprentices students say. I need it, especially for our kind. Scratches under your chin a bit. you wish to conclude your day, and it will happen for you the next day. Go to your studies. All right. You go. All right. You think it for a time. You continue on the next day, and for days at a time. It takes a while for your colleagues to get used to you, the academy. The instructor, though, Sarah Hay, meets you normally, but last time you saw her, she was very, very young and youthful. Now it's like the studying of the stone, the research that seems to have taken a toll on her as well. And sorry, there's actually the name of the academy here. It's called the Academy of Shadowtown. Apparently, Shadowtown, ultimately out of nowhere, wished to rename every institute after his namesake, being the magnanimous person that he claims to be, of his own sophistication. Never fool himself. I don't really like the guy either. Many do, but they are. Since they were enthralled by him. The specimen, the subject that you see, one of the project rooms, it's dark, filled with many essences of power. If you not dare to dream of, you can see the sparkling of stars behind it. All the way of something eerie. Just along with many colleagues are taking notes, experimentations, using different materials, casting different spells. Sarah hasn't noticed you yet. But at one moment she looks at you and looks back when you enter the room. Try and interact with her. Do you interact with your colleagues? Approach the specimen. Stare right at it. Okay. He looks toward you. Ah, yes. Young Torrin. I see you're well since last I saw you. Though I guess a year in prison. There's a little bit about you or nothing at all. And it's not? Yeah. Need you to see. You take these here, and she shows you a list of raw materials and ingredients, and try and apply the solution. Right over on the specimen, but do be careful. Someone apparently, well, she lasts a little bit. Met an untimely end. Can you do it? Or do you have a different idea in your mind of how to approach it? You don't grab materials. You walk up to it. As you continue to stare and look at it, you see the image of something you cannot discern. You hear something like screams and roars and thunderous beats of some kind of movement that you're not familiar with. And in the midst of it, you almost as though you could glimpse flame and then eyes glaring right back at you. The specimen itself goes to a different hue of from dark purple to red and orange, the mixture, pure gold, or it sits on a wispy cloud of darkness. And the wisps of red are within it. Sarah at the time immediately goes, What? What? Get away, you fool! What did you do? And all the colleagues are looking at you like, they're just confused. She looks right at you. What did you do? Do you wish to try the experiment that she tried to have you do? You want to try your own methods? Do you look at her? Do you stare at the stone? You reach out, try to put your hand against, so she tries to fight against you, but you push her off, and everyone in the room starts yelling. Even the left row like shouts out. Time you feel something. Pulsate. Feel the great sense of dread. So as your life was just ebbing and flowing over. The thunderous hoofbeats, like horses, but at the same time, like claws. The heat of a furnace, almost cackling laughter. So, a great odd, insane nature. And then you hear even more odd sounds, almost like the crying of an animal, or the sound of a creature when it's set to be slaughtered. The orb itself seems to glow even further. Pulsate. The crystal lightly cracks, and energy forms around it, almost like a gateway, and you can see the end of vastness of darkness and stars. Yet the door itself emits like a flame, and out of it, you hear the neighing of horse. Ka-doom! Ka-doom! As it shakes, built of metal, molten fire. A great bizarre looking of a horse. And you hear an echoing voice calling from out of nowhere. As the creature looks at you, the flames coming out of his nose, flares his nostrils at you. Everyone in the room is horrified. As the gate closes right behind him, the room lit only by this creature. You hear one voice echo in your mind. I go to find my master. And he hears a loud neighing noise. Kaboom! That echoes and destroys most of the room. Some of the debris even falling some of your colleagues. Alot screaming out, trying to run and also trying to drag you, but you stand still and rot in fear. Then, as though it shook the whole of Farson Keep. To me, Armageddon. As the great beast itself rots around and runs in wrecking balls through the whole place, destroying everything in its. Beast itself is unleashed. Okay. The instructor at the same time wrought with fury, but also surprised, not knowing what to feel. He looks towards you. Fuck. I must go to my notes. Until tomorrow. So, everyone's ushered out the room. Some of the guards come to see what happened. A large gaping chasm in the hole. Tracks left of this ever-burning fire that never seems to be put out. Left by this beast. You return home to meet your mother. Was also in a panic. All of Farson is disarray, alerted, in a great big panic. Your mother grabs a hold of you, asking, "What have you done? What have you done, child? You just got free not too long ago." Thordak at the time is also in disarray. He's cooped up in his room, but he came out to see you before going back. Just trying to drag you along with you with your mother to come inside the house. Without knowing not what to do, your mother's in a state of panic. She goes around and starts packing. Tells you to get your things ready to start leaving. Along with your brother. As she gives you these orders, and give you time to respond, you can use a one hug and peck on the cheek. Looks sternly at you. Don't leave yet. I'll be right back. She goes to leave in a hurry. You start packing along with your brother? Or do you stop her? Okay, you pack. You continue to pack with your brother. You guys get almost done, but your mother doesn't come for a while. To the dread of night. Most of the city's still in panic. Some not even know what to do. You see your mother, she seems distressed, tensed, and confused of not knowing what to do or what has been done. She looks at you saying, "Look, Sarah Hay wants to use you as a study subject. I don't know what she has in store, and I don't think it's good. You and your brother leaving tonight to secure passage I will send you to one of your old colleagues, city of Salarino. Good boys. Listen, okay? See you soon. Hopefully soon. I'll do my best, but get things in order. Okay? So he grabs Thordak, and Thordak just is very confused, and Thordak now being as vocal as he could. Very shy, very babied by your parents. By you, of course. You're wrought with confusion as your mother continues to lead you out, especially towards the carriage area where a lot of the merchants, a lot of caravans are passing through. Especially one that is heading for Salarino. Okay. So as she's putting up your gear, all the stuff on the caravan, your brother tries to look back but waves very softly. You look at your brother, but also you see the horizon, but you also see your mother. You should stare into the horizon, into the great night. Wish to stare at your mother one last time. You will stare at where? Horizon, the night sky, forward, or back towards your mother. Stare back at your mother. Remember times when she fed you and clothed you? Play with what broken rudimentary toys that you and your brother were allotted? And a tattered leather ball along with your father. We were playing in the backyard. Like a distant, long promise that has to break. Whatever watch over you and take care of you. You also see something in the shadow of the dark. You always remember that you want to protect your mother. By any means necessary, along with your family, as protective of a person as you are, Torrin. Yet, you see the one figure that you saw while you was in your jail cell. Right behind your mother, puts his hand on her hip from the side and smiled. He continues looking right at you, not looking at the noble. Puts his hand right there and looks at you with a sneering smile. You remember what the guards told you about him? He's the father of the son you killed. Rowan Nukil. Who is known for extorting, enslaving anyone under his will. Makes them into pleasure slaves, property, sells and trades them at will too. They hit you finally. In order for you to get out of prison, for you to go to Salarino safe and unharmed, and for your education to be there, give yourself into slavery. That concludes the prologue intro for Torrin Kimbatuul. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And that's my honoring of patrons and war funders, and also for you, Underskunk, brother to another, for Torrin Kimbatuul. Love, much more love, and that took me a while to write, but fair, and there you go, buddy. Everyone enjoyed that. Anyhow, I'll be right back to such a little bit body. A few things. Start some group 3 and hopefully, yeah, but yeah. But for you, Torrin, that you turn and look away as your mother no longer able to be seen. Stars sparkle, night shine, so they give you comfort of what has happened. Snow, harsh wind that starts to kick up, exceedingly doesn't stop. In the distance, you hear a peaceful, harmonious hum. You want to become a better person. You wish to be strong. See the night sky, riding through the places of far sun, the cold winter. A great adventurous journey that you're yet to embark on. So if Torrin Kimbatuul were brought upon the way of vengeance for you, way of studying of magic, studying the way to learn to fight like your father, want to protect others, can't protect themselves, also protect your brother, and to one day seek vengeance, possibly find your mother one day. You don't know what happened to your father, but you never know how you yourself have been reborn after being freed by the sacrifice of your parents. And once as you ride on through Farson, snowy villages, even to Egerson. Later, you encountered a good old teacher by the name of Rothrod Duncrown, an old colleague of your father's, an old instructor of magic, who later introduced you to the Bluffist Company. You used to work for on the side, and then later, you signed up to become a permanent member. Later, swearing your oath and allegiance to Noradin. But you have few clues. Yet even so, with this new beginnings, there's more to be had. What has happened to Sirahe? Where is Alethra? Where is Roan Mukiu? Who knows? Let the journey continue. Again, that is the prologue, backstory, intro for Torrin Kimbatuul, a red dragonborn vintage paladin. My homebrew D&D world. I'd like to do for my warfunders and Patreon and those great, faithful, honorable, supportive patrons of the people. Thank you. There you go, Scott. It took time, but it was all worth it in waiting and writing for it.